Hi, thank you for taking the time to watch this video and find out about Loop. I hope that this video helps you understand what we're doing, what we're achieving and where we're going. In terms of the addressable problem, the world's economic and governance model is mired in extractive and exploitative silos that resultantly hamper humanity's capacity to survive, let alone progress. I mean, it's got to be said that most people's economic participation in one form or another is gated and indirect. And this is a factor that is hugely limiting to sustainable growth. And this is based on a foundational belief that perpetual growth, which is what capitalism is ultimately based on, really has to come from knowledge and wisdom over and above resource extraction. Within, i.e. resource extraction can obviously continue and will continue, but has to be ultimately done in balance with our ecology if we are going to maintain this planet and its present and past health into the future generations. This leads on to the vision of Loop, which is to create an open access ecosystem that empowers sustainability and exponential economic growth that is more representatively distributed through direct participation, along with investment and along with social participation and ecological reciprocity. As a quick overview, Loop's mission is to bring alternative governance to the world, along with financial enablement of all manner of endeavours. When we've broken that huge undertaking into component parts of which we have proven capacity to deliver on each one of them. A quick overview of those component parts is at the core is what we call Loop Combinator. Loop Combinator is a tokenized incubator. So if you know what Y Combinator is, well, think Y Combinator put together with blockchain tokenized loyalty, connecting all the businesses and their customers together to have a shared responsibility or shared sort of data sharing and rewards sharing in order to achieve the success for those businesses. And then everything else are businesses around that feed revenue or equity value and so on into that incubator. And so the businesses that are agreed to join that incubator as it stands to date are Loop Vote, Loop Marketing, Loop Cities, Loop Gold, and then other businesses that are more external, should I say, such as Regenerator Club, Visionary, and a few others that we're in discussions with. So we spent the last year building up the ecosystem, not only from a technology point of view, in terms of there's a technology stack that holds all this together and allows us to do the data management that cross-pollinates the value between these businesses and endeavors. But also we have been building up businesses and market access to give validity to these businesses. So the first one, Loop Vote, going into politics, we have the technology there. It's directly applicable to the political environment, political markets, and we're selling it as a communications platform. Then we're adjusting it to become an advocacy platform for lobbying and so on. And then we're also turning it into a campaign platform, which takes into account the features needed for a political campaign over and above a standard communications and marketing campaign. And then there's Loop Marketing, which is any project that's not politically orientated, where now they just want standard marketing. We are providing the technology and support services to use the technology in a marketing avenue. And then there is Loop City, which is a new one, where we have a client that is signed, and we are moving forward to utilize this technology in partnership with a banking partner. Banking partner is a loyalty partner that we have, and we are rolling that out into a smart city being built in Zambia. But they also have others that are coming up in Thailand, in Dubai, and other countries across the continent of Africa. And so we expect, as long as we get the first one right, which I'm sure we will have ongoing clients there of significant revenue, not only in terms of rollout revenue, but also transactional value as transactions flow through those smart cities, of which we will get a cut of all of them. And then there's Loop Rewards, which is actually very similar to smart cities, apart from we're going onto coupons and coupon conversion in retail stores and supporting workers and people getting coupon deals. We already have a deal with 18 million people through UFCW. That's a union for consumer workers in the United States. And from there, we have access through our other partners to access all of the apps sitting inside of all of the hands and the phones of all of those particular members. And we have the ability to then push a coupon conversion value to them, so they just save money in all their sales, all their purchases. And there's a lot more to that business model around partnerships with MasterCard and partnerships that are then giving revenue in other ways. But the baseline of what Loop is doing there is we're providing the communications management tool coupled with the brands portal. In other words, they define a geographical area, and in defining that geographical area, they say what money they want to put under what SKU codes, i.e. what barcodes they want to put money in to provide a discount. So it enables the brands to have coupon, discount risk management inside retail stores automatically with this end-to-end process where we have all the patents and the technology to deliver that. And then there's Loop Gold, which is a partnership with an impact investment firm, and they have agreed to put 4 to 10% of the money coming into their impact fund into Loop Combinator, which then can be deployed into all these businesses, both the businesses that we have, but also the businesses that will join the incubator over time, which we will. And the only strategy that I think is being applied to that incubator is the ability to obviously bring more money and value into the incubator, which then stabilizes the tokenomics, but also it should be doing something that's good for the world. The tokenomics themselves have reciprocity built into them, reciprocity to society and reciprocity to environment, where a quarter of the tokens of a society through the loyalty system and a quarter of the tokens of environment through a liquidity pool, which also helps underwrite Loop Gold, incidentally. And then 50% of the tokens are for the standard investment approach, as laid out in our documentation. So that's a sort of a quick overview of what we are doing in terms of the value we're delivering there. There's already huge sums of value building up around this incubator, which is, very exciting. In regards to where we are on the front of making money, revenue, and so on, the technology is already proven to many millions of users, turning over tens of thousands of dollars every month. And this is already happening. In regards to the deals that we have coming through, well, the deal with Loop Gold, they're already approaching hundreds of millions of assets under management and will grow rapidly. And they see us as an accelerator to that, as well as a really good partner around the tokenomics and Web3 and governance side that marries well with what they're doing. In terms of revenue and growth in Loop Rewards, we have signed deals now with 18 million people through UFCW. We have signed deals with unions and technology support partners of the unions. We have deals coming through with MasterCard, and that's basically signed, by the way. And what this ultimately means is that the vendor group is going to get the basis points of all the transactions that go through that, which should equate to Loop itself getting anything up to 4 or 5 million a month just for those 18 million initial users. This is, hyperbole aside, this is a huge starting position because it gives us a strong revenue stream to build up out everything else. In terms of Loop City, again, we have signed contracts with them, and we're going into sort of signing the engagement contract around the actual distribution of funds and creating a sort of a joint venture entity for these smart cities that we will then participate in, and we will be getting gaining basis points off all the transactions that flow through that, as well as added services of marketing and communication services that no doubt will be required for communicating with the populaces in and around these smart cities. In terms of the commercials there, we know the partner has raised around 300 million for the first smart city, with handshakes in Dubai for the next 600 million to complete the first smart city. And we fully expect that to rapidly increase to many more billions, because they've got about 10 sites that they're initially going to do, of which, once we've proven to be the right tech partner for one of them, I've no doubt will be rolled out in all of them. And given the technology we have, and it's already been proven in nation states at that kind of level, there's no reason to believe that we wouldn't be the tech partner of choice for the duration of all those projects. There are other partnerships coming through, such as Visionary, who I think will help us seek finance, because that's exactly what their product service is about. And I'm sure many more businesses will get involved in the future. If you've got any questions, do not hesitate to reach out.